Hi, everybody. Welcome to a mini episode of No Story is Sacred. If you've never listened before, we're four siblings who grew up talking about the art of storytelling. Now that we're adults, we're still talking about it and inviting you to join the conversation. I'm Pippin.
I'm Alex.
I'm Kat.
And I'm Brendan.
And we're... Wait, no.
No, I wanted to do the same thing. So today we're falling without a chute and just talking about... Today we're falling without a chute and just taking some time to chat about whatever comes to mind. Like the podcasting professionals we are.
We goddamn are.
Because I think we're charming enough to get away with it.
You know what? That's what okay, here's the thing. You guys, I don't know if you know this, but charming is actually a symptom of one of my disabilities.
So you say. I keep looking in the DSM and I keep not
Listen, the
it.
DSM says I'm charming. It's tragic that I have to live with being charming.
Cite your source.
Or, more importantly, it's so sad that the rest of you lack the neurochemicals to just easily make you charming.
Actually, we're all actually weirdly charming as well. It's just that it turns on in weird situations for us.
Well, I welcome you all to the Bipolar II fold, and please join me now for some canapes.
I don't know what the bipolar canapes are.
Delicious.
It's a sweet crepe wrapped around salmon.
Yeah.
Ew.
Sounds good, actually. I mean...
I'm not a big fan of salmon. So.
I don't like salmon either, but like it sounds like that would be really good. Like that's the kind of shit that somebody who knows how to cook salmon knows how to make.
I mean,
So basically, any crepe that has a fancy name, like a spring and summer or something.
Ew. Yeah. Prima Verde crepe. I would eat that.
Prima Verde?
Oh, actually, the worst
Primo.
pizza I've had.
Oh, no.
Grape gorgonzola.
Ew.
Why?
What?
What sauce?
Greek?
Ooh, don't remember the sauce in particular. Just the fact that it had grapes and gorgonzola on it. Now, in the pizza place's defense, they also had really good other pizza and wings.
My favorite pizza place, and Alex knows this one too, has a chicken Alfredo pizza. It's amazing. Pippin, no tomato sauce.
Yeah!
It's got Alfredo sauce on it.
Well, the really good pizza that the same place that does the grape gorgonzola was, also had a chicken Gouda, no tomato sauce pizza.
Ooh.
That does sound good.
Gentle
Gentle listeners.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Bren.
Farewell to Benji.
Bye, Benji. I'll miss you.
Benji's lament. Woof woof.
Oh, man.
The kids love McPherson's rant. McPherson's rant.
The great thing about McPherson's rant is how it rhymes tune and around.
Scottish accents.
Can you remind me?
It was by a woman's treacherous hand that I was condemned to die.
She played a tune and she danced a rune.
No, he played a tune.
He played a tune.
She played a tune and she danced.
He danced it. No, he played the tune, he danced.
Fuck gender.
Here's what happened, okay? It was by a woman's treacherous hand that I was condemned today, she threw me on a windy ledge and a blanket threw over me. The answer being, she tried to cover your escape, dude, but you got caught anyway.
And now, Macduff, your arse is at the windy?
Yes.
Exactly.
Also, Kat, I would like to say in me and Elle's defense, that one, fuck gender, and two, it was a folk process.
Wow. Fuck you.
Okay, and Bren, I'd like to challenge you on the worst pizza. Pip, you've heard this story.
Uh-oh.
So, I'm at college. It is finals week. Or at least a few days before finals week.
No good story ever starts with, so it was finals week.
So, you know how some colleges try to treat their students extra nice, ahead of finals to, trick them into feeling good about finals?
Yeah. Chocolate, done is good.
Therapy dogs.
Therapy dogs.
Yeah.
Muffin ladies.
Or bringing in a fancy sushi chef for the dining hall.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Haha. The sushi was excellent.
Uh-huh.
The guy knew what he was doing. However, this is also a college filled with this 18 to 22-year-olds who don't know shit about how to taste food.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So what you end up with is a lot of leftover salmon.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And so,
well, because salmon's disgusting. We discussed
yeah,
it.
We've established
Incorrect.
this already.
Incorrect. Smoked salmon is the best stuff on earth. Get that with some cream cheese, some capers, maybe a sliced onion on there.
and put that onto a pizza. And change the cheese to feta.
What?
It was a salmon and feta cheese pizza.
Huh.
What was the sauce?
Fucking tomato. I don't know what it was anymore.
Listen to me. The sauce is what can make this exponentially worse.
Nothing was going to work, Pip. Cause
I have to know.
Cause you know how horrible fish can be when you cook it. It gets all that oil comes up, and
Yes, cooked fish is disgusting. It's true.
Except tuna.
I mean,
like
Tuna's delicious.
so all that oil comes out and goes into, you guessed it, the bread, or the pizza dough, or whatever.
I think what's also not helping this pizza, in my mind's eye, is the fact that it's at least day-old salmon.
Yeah.
Yep.
At least day-old salmon, you are correct. Maybe even 2-day-old salmon, and or 3-day-old salmon. I forget. It was there on a Friday.
None of that's good.
And also remember that this is feta, which is how good do you think feta is at melting on a pizza?
I think it specifically doesn't melt, right?
I feel like that's true.
And you are once again correct. It did not melt.
Oh, God.
I mean, I feel like there's a time and a place for feta on a pizza.
Yeah. Oh, no, definitely. I've had feta on pizza before that's been fantastic. Like, I had this one pizza, it was like a Moroccan chicken pizza.
Ooh.
It was spiced chicken. I think it was spiced with ras al hanout. It had plums. It had feta.
Oh,
Okay, that sounds awesome.
That sounds amazing.
And when did the feta enter the equation on that pizza? Do you think?
Oh, at the very end.
And when do you think?
And
when do you think they put the feta on this pizza?
probably on the bottom layer.
Or near enough.
Nah.
Yeah.
I would like to say that I'm not sure out of everything we could be talking about, we're talking about pizza, which I don't even like that much.
Really?
I mean,
You don't like pizza?
This is a podcast about writing, and pizza and writing almost go as well as beer and writing.
Which, to be fair, beer and writing shouldn't go together. Unhealthy.
Do not mix your vices with your art. Otherwise, when you try to separate them, it'll be hard.
Bad things happen.
And Pip, I have painted a picture in your mind's eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of this salmon and feta pizza.
Gross.
Ugh.
I'm just imagining that the chef that concocted this monstrosity, the Philly fanatic.
He was not the usual good chef at the college. I think his vacation kicked in a few days beforehand.
You know what this really sounds like? This sounds like Gritty.
Gritty, that's what I was actually thinking of. That's right.
Gritty would make a pizza like this, and then he wouldn't make you eat it. He would eat it in front of you, one slice at a time.
Here's the thing, and at
Unblinking.
that point, I would call Gritty the hero we deserve.
Honestly, Gritty's like I do not care about mascots. None of them, except Gritty. I would
Fucking
die
love
for
Gritty.
Gritty's
the
fucking
best.
amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I love how Gritty got introduced, and for like a week maybe, everyone was all like, what the fuck? And then after a week, everyone was all like, we all are Gritty.
Well, it's like suddenly like the inner cryptid lovers in all of us were like, no, this is our baby. One of us.
Gritty's like the quarantine personified.
Oh, God.
I don't know.
I don't know, like, cause Gritty actually goes out and beats up people, and I'm not allowed to go out and beat people.
Gritty.
That's what I hear anyway. Hey, speaking of people getting beaten up, Pippin's magic.
Wait. You're allowed to tell the story that follows this, but I would like it known that I don't actually beat anybody up.
Do the thing that I'm gonna say? Or beat people up?
I don't beat people up. I might be magic.
She is magic. So, Brennan Al, do you know the depths that this has gotten to?
You've mentioned it on a group chat before, but for our listeners, why don't you start from the beginning?
Well, actually, it's reached an extra level that you guys don't know about. So
in the beginning, there was the word, and the word was Pippin.
Oh my god! So you guys don't see this because I spare you it, and also because you don't give me the attention I want. Pippin gives me the attention I want, so it works out for me. Sorry, Pip.
Yeah.
But as you know, I cosplay a writer occasionally. And as such, I have stuff out on submission to various publishers and whatnot, or I'm waiting for news, or so on and so forth. And, because of who I am as a person, I get extremely fussy about it. And so...
A good term for it.
Thank you. No, I get full on fussy. And so, it was like maybe a week ago, Pip? Week and a half?
Fairly recently.
Yeah. I texted Pippin, I'm like, Pippin, listen, could you just call up all the publishers and markets that I have stuff with and get them to hurry up and write back to me?
And I was all like, yeah, sure, okay, I'll get on that.
Listeners, she did not get on that.
Well, here's the thing.
Here's the fucking thing. Not half an hour later, I in fact get a message from various publishers. Now, one of them was a rejection, but one of them was not. It was some
you
other
did not
good news.
specify what news you wanted.
True. So I texted Pip and I'm like, hey Pip, hey, it worked. Ha, funny. But I should have specified good news. And you're like, yup. And we laughed. So a few days go by and I figure, haha, this is really funny. But also I haven't heard anything from any publishers recently. So.
No, it wasn't that you thought it was funny. It was that you were being fussy again.
I was being extremely fussy. And also, I'm very cognizant of the fact that I said a couple of days went by and I hadn't heard from a publisher. And I realize that this makes me sound like such an asshole. A couple of days had gone by. So I text Pippin again. I'm like, Pippin, can you please call them all up again? And this time maybe good news. And Pip's like, yeah, I guess. Whatever. Get right on that.
Totally on my list of things to do.
Again, less than half an hour later, I get news. Anyway, it happened, like, I get news a couple days later. I'm like, oh my god, Pippin, is this still you? And she's like, it might be, you don't know. And I'm like, listen.
She moves in mysterious ways.
And so I'm like, listen, if it happens 3 times, I think we all know what that means, and that you're magic. And she's like, oh, I'll accept that. So, it's been a few days this time. I really held off. But now this wasn't about being fussy, although it is slightly about being fussy.
This was always about being fussy.
This was about science, Pippin.
Yeah,
Fussy
okay.
science.
And...
The science of fuss.
Yes. And I said, hey, Pippin, it's been a few days. Could you please call them all up again? And then Pippin, to her credit, said, you know, I'm not... They might be getting annoyed. I'm like, what? No, you're charming. See, this is me bringing it full circle.
Nice,
no,
good
you're
job.
charming. And she's like, well, I guess. And I'm like, ha ha, ha ha, ha. Not even a half an hour later, I get an email from a publisher I don't have anything on submission with. It's somebody that I have published with previously, soliciting reprints. And I'm like, Pippin? Oh my god, I think you're magic? And what's more, on top of that, then like some other jigsaw puzzle piece of news came into play that it suddenly occurs to me that maybe I can't say on a recorded thing. But another thing happened, and I sent it to Pippin. I'm like, how far does your power stretch? And she just said, you're welcome.
Well, I think what I actually did was I sent a gif of Galadriel. No, that one I sent a gif of Elmo with fire in the background. If anybody ever texts me, half of my conversation is actually gif.
It's how we communicate.
Now, I would not suggest that random people tweet Pippin to say, could you please call my publishers for me? I don't know if it works for anyone else. It might just...
I'm just saying that the secret to publishing is being my friend. Or maybe the secret of publishing is like perseverance and having people who believe in you. Or maybe.
Possibly it's things like, actually sending out your work regularly, keeping up a good steady stream of things so that cumulatively it starts, building up. It's really a numbers game. Or conversely, Pippin's magic.
Hey, Pip, I just got a text from some guy claiming to be your spy network, and... okay.
Wait, what?
It's fine, don't worry about it.
Pippin?
Fine. Shh. Don't worry your pretty little head.
See, now, here's the problem, though. There's a part of me that doesn't want this to not work again. I really just want to keep banking it so it works every time, because that's hilarious. But I really want to, ask Pippin, hey, Pippin, can you do it again? Because I really want to see what happens. But if it doesn't work, then I'll be sad.
So this is a problem for you.
This is a me problem.
As so many are.
It's a problem for all of us, because we all have stuff we should be writing and eventually submitting.
And you all want to eventually use my power at some point?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. This isn't about love for me as a person.
No.
It never was.
We've been cultivating you for this for some time, Pippin.
Purely
Wow.
transactional.
I don't know if you've ever seen the old childhood photographs where you're in a strange circle with sigils all around it. But don't worry about it.
I just assumed that was a normal playpen.
That's why you're so connected to so many Hugo winners and nominees.
It's true. It's why all those editors keep asking for your work. Oh yeah, Pip, hey! Hey, Pip!
What?
Bunch of editors are waiting for your work.
Fuck off. I won't let you use my power anymore.
No! Oh no! No, Pippin, I love you.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So just call up all those publishers, would you? Just call them all up.
We'll see.
Aw. For the listening audience, I will update you. I'll just put a single message in my tweet, and I'll just be like, for the record, she's still magic. And you'll never, only you listeners, only you will understand what I'm talking about.
Until you tell on yourself.
Shut up. No, I'll just retweet a picture of Brie Larson or something, and it'll be like, oh, okay.
Fair.
Haha.
I do love Brie Larson.
Oh, man. Wait, so, I'm doing the writing thing. Real talk. What y'all got going on?
Alex, you go.
Okay, I've still got Body in the Void, and I've still got, the hero has successfully defeated the evil wizard king, and now comes the complicated part of there's a country that actually needs to be, managed.
Ah, yes. From that earlier episode.
Yes, indeed. Peace has been returned, peace has been
Returned to the land.
Yeah,
Restored to the land. Yeah.
Yeah.
Link that in the show notes.
Another, thing I've got is the, epistolary?
Epistolary.
Yeah. Of some journals of workers on a generational ship. No, not a generational ship,
Colony ship?
a colony
Clone
ship. Everyone gets cryo and woken up every few hundred years to make sure that the ship, is A, on course, and B, not falling apart.
I feel like there's a word for it, and I can't remember what it is. I mean,
Hibernation ship.
colony ship is, I think, close.
Yeah.
But, yeah, but there's a particular thing with that.
Yeah. I've got that one. Basically from, free, perspective of, one of the, lower deck maintenance crew who's going on the ship because she had to get out of Dodge fast. That's it. And family stuff have combined into one horrible mess of needing to get off planet.
Ah, the dream.
A mid-rank ensign who is certain that this mission will elevate their career and not totally. I mean that when they land, they're totally, screwed for any upward mobility because their rank is totally, obsolete now.
Yeah. Lol.
And the captain who knows that this venture is A, most likely to fail,
Oh, that's good.
and B, but is doing it anyway to, to make a mark. Cause I've told you the, working title of this story. The Space Northwest Passage.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
It's this one. You do need to write this one.
you do need to write this one. Hey, I have a weird, girl trying to escape her family in shenanigans space opera. You and I should do a thing where we both try to write our stupid space operas.
Beat cat.
What?
With a stick.
Hey,
What?
what?
I mean, yeah, but what?
Wait, so am I like using a couple of drumsticks to type?
Yeah. Well, and, no, I think that'd be a lot of fun, Alex, cause you and I have done writing things.
Wow.
Liz, I'm a wordsmith.
Writing sprints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the before times, we would head to the mall, have crepes, and delicious.
What, like the Burlington Mall or something?
Natick.
Natick.
Yeah. They had a crepe place with gelato.
That does sound really good.
It was nice.
Yeah, it was really nice. And then we just, and all of the tables had access to electricity. So we just sat there and wrote for like 3 hours. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And occasionally had snacks. Actually, I think we took a picture to send you guys. Just like, look at us. We're being like real people.
Oh,
Sort
yeah.
of.
And during that writing spread, I figured out why main character in Body of the Void went to the ship that he went to.
Ah. And I think I was working on an outline for a secret project that I don't have news about yet. But if Pippin's magic could just, get on that.
My magic makes no promises about specific projects.
I know, I keep hoping, like, I want the magic for 2 particular things, and literally everything else is coming in. Including things I didn't have anything planned for. So.
That's the way the magic works.
Damn it!
So Pip, you're more of a monkey's paw there.
Ooh. Oh shit.
I mean, I like to think I'm a cute monkey's paw.
I fucking love monkey's paw stories. But wait a minute, there's another, so, that's Alex's. Pippin, we've already rigged over the coals quite a bit, and I'd like her magic to continue working for me. Brendan had a really cool idea for a project that all of us could do together.
I did?
You did! It was about Lower Decks. The new CBS All Access cartoon comedy for Star Trek.
Yeah. Right. So I guess the pitch was when we can watch a couple episodes in, every one of us writes a spec script, which is to say glorified fan fiction, but, actually doing it in a screenplay format and see what happens. Because we've grown up inundated with sci-fi tropes and Trek and wars and all that.
Hell yeah.
I was making dumb Star Trek jokes before I ever watched Star Trek.
It's true.
Pip, hey Pip.
Yes.
He's dead, Jim.
But look at that shine! Fun fact, I have gotten people who've never watched Star Trek to make that reference.
New Dr. McCoy is a doctor and a floor wax.
He's dead, Jim, but look at that shine! The Star Trek Comedy album is the best thing.
It's an unappreciated classic.
I listened to it the other day, it was great.
I gotta re-listen to it.
I am nomad. And I am perfect. What are you? I am nomad. I am perfect. I mean perfect.
Fingers on my thimble make a noise.
I was watching the second episode of Star Trek Next Generation. Because I hear eventually...
Why?
Yes, okay, yes. Give it like 7 episodes, which is a surprisingly little amount of time for a Star Trek show.
I heard that would take the entire first season from other people.
Does Riker have a beard yet?
No.
But listen, before he gets a beard, Worf still wants to fuck him. And that's what you gotta concentrate on, Pip.
This is my story, stop getting
Go
your
on.
feelings all over it.
Wait. So, what's Worf's type then? If we the spectrum between Dax and Riker with no beard.
Oh no, they're both in the same category. They're fighty.
People who could kick his ass.
Yup.
Okay.
Anyway, go on,
But
Pip.
anyway, I'm now 2 episodes into Next Generation. because I watched Star Trek Discovery and got all my Star Trek feels.
So many. She was like crying all over my text.
Kat received a lot of text messages.
Yes, I did.
And yet was never actually there when I was actively crying.
Hey, Pippin.
Yes.
Ariam.
Fuck off.
Remember Ariam, Pippin?
Ariam is my dear sweet child.
Okay.
So I got all my Star Trek feelings, like, I should get back into Star Trek. And what I really wanted to do was just rewatch TOS. But I was like, no, you should watch the other stuff, cause there's good stuff there too. So I was like, okay, let's actually try to get into Next Gen. A lot of people really like it. You know it's going to be a bit of a slog. So I watched the second episode. And I had a lot of opposite feelings than what I felt during Discovery.
Right.
But the second episode of Next Gen is The Naked Now, which is a reference to The Naked Time from TOS, which they waited 4 episodes to get to, so.
Naked Time!
And also, The Naked Time was entertaining.
Oh wait, was this the one where Tasha fucks Data?
Yeah!
Oh, god
He
yeah.
is fully functional.
Hell yeah.
And anatomically correct. And I did not need to know that 2 episodes in.
Yeah, when did we find out about the Doctor on Voyager?
I don't know. I haven't rewatched Voyager. Did the
Doctor have to specifically program himself to be able to?
Yeah,
I think
he did.
so.
Yes.
So that was at least 5 episodes in. So the thing is, the reason I got to this point is at the very beginning of the episode, they get a transmission from another ship that's been infected by the weird disease that basically makes you drunk without any alcohol. Mm-hmm. And they get the transmission from basically the party ship, and my brain immediately went, wait a second. This is from the Star Trek comedy album. It was the exact same tone, the exact same like volume, because it was through a transmission.
Oh, that's right.
And all I could think of during this entire episode was, we're taking over. The ship is ours.
To the planet Euphoria.
We're heading for the planet Euphoria.
And that is Pippin's Star Trek Corner. I might start blogging again, just so I have somewhere to put my Star Trek feels. If people have recommendations for a blog platform, let me know.
Pippin, if you really want, I will let you take over my blog, which I pay money for, like an adult. And you can be a guest.
Blog?
What?
What happened to your blog?
What do you mean, what happened? My blog's still there. I said you could take over, like you could be like a guest writer.
No, I want my own blog. Fuck you.
I mean,
Fuck you!
technically we could do it through the pod.
What? Put content
Patreon.
on our Patreon? Content?
On our Patreon? It's more likely than you think.
Hey, speaking of Patreon content, I'm thinking, Brendan, you know how you've taken classes in improv?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of taking voice acting classes.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
It might just be neat.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Brent, you've been wanting to say something?
Oh, let's see. I've been doing the improv thing for the last few months in the new online format, which is fun.
Significant pause.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's because like so much of like improv and all that is reading the room, reading your improv partners.
Immediate feedback.
You know what it reminds me of a little bit, actually? The shows I've seen of yours, is, when you have, all of your players on the screen and then you all have tape over your, cameras. It reminds me a little bit of like those laugh-in things, you know, where people would pop, or what was that show when I was a kid on Nickelodeon where they had like slime and stuff like that?
Oh,
You can't do that on television?
Where they would open the locker doors?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's drawing some inspiration from that, I'm sure. It's just...
Those are all written.
The practical reason is that it is much quicker and easier to just remove a piece of cloth from a webcam than it is for Zoom to enable and disable video, and it can mess up your layout. Because, of course, you can't lock down presenter layouts or anything like that. And I think one thing I'm going to start trying to do with like future scenes I'm going to do is have like a monitor of the audience feed just to see how I'm oriented in the scene.
Oh, you know, one of my faculty does that. Yeah. He has a second computer running.
Yeah, because I just want to have that window open, have it be muted, and that way I can just kind of check and be like, oh, the person I'm having a conversation with is to my left. Hello. And then it can feel a little more natural. Because that's the thing that we're trying to do is make it as natural / not awkward as possible. Because everybody watching knows the fact that it's inherently awkward.
Yeah.
But we make do. I felt like the show I did Friday turned out pretty well. I got to play in Blind Line, which is basically just the generic name for Whose Line Is It Anyway? Well, you read little scraps of paper that have dialogue written on them, and then that is something you have to justify right then.
Which, by the way, I think is a very useful writing technique.
Oh, it can be.
That's one of those things that's like, I once wrote a blog post that was all about, you know, ways to kickstart the beginning of your story, like just literally the writing of it, if you hadn't done any outlines or anything like that. And one of them was literally come up with a bitchin' piece of dialogue and then spend the next, like, 3 or 4 paragraphs justifying its existence.
Oh, yeah.
One time I was listening in on some exercise at Bible Paradise years and years ago. And they were doing a first line exercise, basically coming up with first lines of a story, and talking about and voting, you know, going, was this a hook or not, or whatever. And the only one I remember was Mom's, which her opening piece of dialogue was, "It's perfect. Kill it."
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fuck!
Okay,
God
actually,
damn it. It's almost like Mom's a writer.
I know.
guys. I think that should be one of our Minisode games.
It's perfect. Kill it.
Oh.
No, opening line game. Yes.
Yeah,
Opening line game. Oh, I like that.
And we can call it, "It's perfect. Kill it."
Kill it. God damn, that's a good line.
Oh.
Fuck.
Wait, I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, write that down in our thing so we don't forget. Do you guys
See.
have, like, a favorite line of, like, first line of anything that, like, you kind of hark back to?
I mean, there are the famous first lines.
Yeah.
Last night I dreamt of Manderley again. That's a good one.
Yeah. I was literally just thinking when you were talking about the game, I was like, that one line, like, the sky was the color of a television tuned to a dead channel.
Ooh.
Right? It was like, or dead channel, dead station, something like that. But the horrible thing is you know exactly what color that is, but it's like from a very particular slice of generation, you know? I'm not sure my kids would have any idea what color that's supposed to be.
But even if you don't know the exact color, it also sets the mood of that
such
color.
a tone. Yeah.
Speaking of tone in the opening lines, the opening for Patrick Rothfuss's Name of the Wind, the silence in 3 parts. As the dog barks like crazy.
I don't actually remember any first lines at the moment because you've asked me to remember them and I can't.
Yeah.
I'm always in trouble with that kind of thing. Like, if I try to come up with a good first line, it rarely turns out well. If I come up with a good first line, I usually can't write the rest of the story. I just have to kind of...
So what you do is come up with a bunch of good first lines, put them in a first line drawer, and then take them out and see which one fits the story best.
I mean, you're probably right. That's definitely a way that would work.
Is a truth universally acknowledged
Uh-oh.
that a writer in possession of a good plot must be in want of a hook. Thank you.
That was beautiful.
That's my set. I'm done for the night. Make sure to tip your waitress. There's merch in the back.
Yeah, no, I'm like, look, I can do, like, my big good thing is I can do, hook lines at the end of a first scene. You know, so things that kind of bring you into the rest of the story. But my first lines are boring. The sand stretched out for miles around the farm. What?
The last line in the first scene is not what gets put on tote bags.
It's true. But actually, speaking of writing, you guys, which, by the way, I think is a hook you can put in a lot of different places. Speaking of writing, you guys, I should probably actually get back to that.
What?
And
Writers writing?
What? And Pippin has, like, magic she needs to do, I guess. I don't really know what she does.
Got magic to do, me and you.
Ooh. I hope that's...
Fun fact, that's from the musical Pippin. What?
Oh no, the connections keep happening.
Watch I'm Wrong, it's actually from, like, the Technicolor Dreamcoat or something. Anyway.
Do we have anything to shill? I do.
Shill it then.
You can watch my improv stuff on the Arcade Comedy Theater's YouTube page. Shrug.
Yeah.
Nice. And I think the website for that is arcadecomedytheater.com or something. Very straightforward like that.
If you look it up on YouTube, you can find it pretty easily as well.
Nice. I have found out that I will be having a short story appearing in Lightspeed on the August 27th issue.
Woo!
Where it will also be having a podcast.
Nice.
So keep an eye out for my story, Singin' Me Muse, from Lightspeed Magazine.
Yay!
It's about lesbian clones in space singing love songs to Earth. Thank you.
Nice.
It's very me.
I may or may not be blogging in the future.
Ooh. Get on it.
I've got nothing.
Alex is gonna finish writing his book.
Yeah!
No!
Alex, you and I will come up with a writing sprint thing. We should work on our space operas.
We should.
Yeah.
I've got one radio drama, one novel that several writing professionals have commented that's, I'll say, like a trilogy. and why? And another that's a short story.
Yeah. Listen, you and me, we'll come up with a time, and then we won't invite Pippin.
Wow! Oh, someone take us out. You all suck.
As always, if you have a story to submit, head on over to nostorysacred.com/submission. Follow us on Twitter at nostorysacred, or send an email through contact@nostorysacred.com. Your hosts have been Alex MacDonald, Bren MacDonald, Pippin MacDonald, and Catherine Crichton. Editing for this episode done by Brenton. Transcript done by Ashley DaCosta. Art by Jay Wolf. Show notes and transcript are available at nostorysacred.com. Thanks for listening, everyone, and please rate, review, and subscribe to No Story Sacred. You can also visit our Patreon page to support the show and get neat rewards at patreon.com/nostorysacred, such as this new blog post that Pip's talking about. Who knows?
And no guarantees. Who knows where it's going to end up?
Until next time, we're No Story Sacred, and any story can be changed. I'm Alex.
I'm Kat.
I'm Brendan.
And I'm Pippin.
And we're
No
Story
Story
Sacred.
is sacred.